New Wave Toys' latest miniature retro arcade cabinet is the 1943 X RepliCade Overhaul Edition. Officially licensed by Capcom, this 1/6 scale cabinet features the same impeccable attention to detail that New Wave Toys has put into all of its cabinets in the past. We took a look at the 1942 X RepliCade most recently, but let's dive in and take a look at all the details on the 1943 X RepliCade cabinet. Thanks for watching 9 to 5 Toys. Be sure to like, subscribe, and enable notifications with the bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Hey everyone, this is Jordan with 9 to 5 Toys, and first off, let's get the 1943 X RepliCade out of the box. New Wave Toys has awesome details all over the packaging, but once you actually open it up and take the cabinet out, you start to see even more details. And the first thing we see here once opening and taking out this styrofoam is a little plastic bag that has the instruction manual, as well as some of the accessories. They have 4 of their mini metal arcade tokens, as well as some other details like the top secret decal. There is also an additional assortment of panel overlay decals that New Wave Toys calls their 1943 CPO Overhaul Decal Kit, and this is optional and can be installed if you want, and they have a few photos of what that will look like installed on their website. The package also comes with 2 USB-A to micro USB cables. One is for charging the cabinet, while the other is for connecting the included 1943 controller to the cabinet. And actually pulling the cabinet itself out here, it stands about 12.5 inches tall and is just packed with details all over this thing. Some of the graphics on here are such a high resolution that they almost require a magnifying glass to read. The 3:4 aspect ratio screen is plenty bright enough for me, though I did end up turning it all the way up when playing with my studio lights turned on. And when the power button is turned on, the marquee light will illuminate, as well as the front insert coin buttons. The button on the left will add lives in game, while the button on the right enters the menu. One neat detail here is the inclusion of metal coin doors, a security bar, and a padlock, which I haven't seen on any other New Wave Toys cabinets in the past. The controls are a responsive bat-top microswitch joystick and microswitch buttons, and they do have a satisfying audible and tactile click when actuated. And this goes both across the controls on the cabinet itself and the included secondary controller. On the back, the cabinet has power and volume controls up at the top, it has built-in speakers, and a compartment for storing the additional 1943 mini arcade stick, which has a hidden compartment inside of that compartment for the USB cable to use with that stick. There are also some lights that will turn on and illuminate the controller for a really neat look. And then near the bottom, the cabinet has 2 USB-A ports to plug in up to 2 controllers, a micro USB port for charging, as well as an HDMI out port. And moving on to the actual gameplay, besides all of the visual details on the cabinet, another focus of New Wave Toys is always authentic gameplay. And while I've never actually played 1943 in an arcade on a full-size cabinet, both 1942 and 1943 Battle of Midway arcade ROMs have been officially licensed for authentic gameplay. And it plays well with those very responsive controls that have enough room for a single player, but it would be pretty tight for 2 players. And that's where the HDMI port comes in handy. It's easy to plug into a larger screen if you want more screen space, which I would definitely recommend, because the bullets can be pretty hard to see on the small screen. At least that's my excuse for not being able to get very far. By default, plugging in and using the external controller will set it up for a 2-player game, but if you go into the menu and flip the P1/P2 switch over to on, you can use the external controller for a single-player game. One bonus here is that the cabinet also has the full 1942 game as well, so by hitting the menu button and choosing the game selection, the cabinet can start up either 1942 or 1943 The Battle of Midway. And there are lots of other options and controls in the menu as well, including dialing in the screen's brightness, turning on and off the marquee light, and changing the difficulty of the game. And of course, this isn't all that New Wave Toys has to offer. We've checked out some of their cabinets in the past, and they will have more cabinets coming up in the future, and they're all limited editions, so be sure to stay locked to New Wave Toys' website if that's something that you want to check out in the future. But in addition to these X RepliCade cabinets, they also carry a line of Walkman-inspired power banks, change machine-inspired USB charging hubs, and more accessories. So if you or somebody you know are enamored with collecting retro-themed electronics and especially 1/6 scale stuff, New Wave Toys is an awesome resource to pick up some new pieces. So overall, just wrapping up here on this quick hands-on look at the 1943 X RepliCade, New Wave Toys has nailed it again with another great cabinet. If you're a collector, you probably already know if this is a must-have for you in your collection. The additional decals are an incredible touch and just go to show to what lengths New Wave Toys will go to get an authentic 1/6 scale replica cabinet. Alright, and that'll do it for our quick hands-on look at the 1943 X RepliCade. Let us know what you think about it down in the comments below, and if you're interested in watching some other videos, check out our review of the Dragon's Lair RepliCade or our review of the line of Replitronics. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. This is Jordan with 9to5 Toys.